In a small village nestled between rolling hills and a tranquil river, there lived an old monk named Kiyoshi. He was known for his wisdom and gentle spirit, often seen tending to his small garden or walking the winding paths of the village, offering a serene smile to everyone he met. One autumn day, a young man named Hiroshi arrived at the village, seeking peace and answers to his troubled heart. Life had been harsh to Hiroshi, filled with loss and hardship. He felt a deep anger and resentment towards the world and came to Kiyoshi in search of solace. Seeing Hiroshi's sorrow, Kiyoshi invited him to stay in the monastery. Each day, the monk assigned him simple tasks: sweeping the courtyard, fetching water from the river, and caring for the garden. Hiroshi performed these tasks dutifully, but his heart remained heavy. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson, Kiyoshi called Hiroshi to sit with him by the river. They sat in silence for a while, listening to the gentle flow of the water. Kiyoshi broke the silence and said, "Hiroshi, each day you work hard, but I sense your heart is still burdened. Let me share with you a practice that may bring you peace." He handed Hiroshi a small bowl and instructed him to fill it with water from the river. Hiroshi did as he was told, and when he returned, Kiyoshi asked him to hold the bowl with both hands and gaze into the water. "Now, Hiroshi," Kiyoshi began, "I want you to think of one thing each day that you are thankful for. It can be anything, no matter how small." Hiroshi looked puzzled but nodded. That night, as he prepared to sleep, he thought of the beautiful sunset he had witnessed and whispered, "Thank you." The next day, and each day after that, Hiroshi continued his tasks and followed Kiyoshi's advice. At first, it was difficult. He struggled to find things to be thankful for amidst his pain. But slowly, he began to notice the small joys around him: a bird's song, the warmth of the sun, the kindness of a stranger. As the weeks passed, Hiroshi's heart began to lighten. He found himself smiling more, feeling a sense of peace he had never known. One day, he realized that the anger and resentment that had once consumed him were fading, replaced by a quiet gratitude for the simple, beautiful moments in life. One evening, as Hiroshi and Kiyoshi sat by the river again, Hiroshi turned to the monk and said, "Master Kiyoshi, your teaching has changed my life. I feel a deep sense of peace and happiness now. Thank you." Kiyoshi smiled gently and replied, "The power of thanking lies not just in the act itself but in the transformation it brings within us. When we express gratitude, we open our hearts to the beauty of the world and find peace in the present moment." From that day on, Hiroshi continued to live in the village, spreading the wisdom he had learned from Kiyoshi. And each night, as he lay down to sleep, he whispered a simple, heartfelt thank you, knowing that in gratitude, he had found true power and peace.